Now at 7, this is what road conditions look like right now. After a night of rain, roads may be slick. We're live all morning long in the KREM 2 mobile storm tracker to help get you out the door.
And after a record-breaking amount of snow yesterday, we're still tracking some snow, but some rain as of this morning. And I'll show you just what weather we can expect for those first few days of the new year.
A new Congress will be sworn in on Sunday. This means the Senate has until Friday to approve an increase in stimulus checks. This morning, we have updates from Capitol Hill.
Up with KREM begins now.
Hey there, good morning and welcome to Up with KREM and Happy New Year's Eve. And actually, New Zealand is already in 2021. On your screen now, the country entered the new year with a laser show and fireworks just a couple of hours ago. Pretty awesome, and Happy New Year's to all of those folks on that side of the world. So right here in the inland Northwest, though, we are finally making it to the end of 2020. We still have a little bit left of this year, but it's been a difficult year for some people, and many people are looking ahead to the new year. And this morning, we're asking you, what's something good that happened to you? Let's focus on the positive of 2020. There was a lot. So we know what that photo is now. So that's someone's grandbaby. They became a grandparent this year. Another person writing in telling us that they purchased their first home. Someone wrote, I got the job I always wanted, and that their family stayed well from COVID. Someone graduated from college. So a lot of good things happened in 2020 despite it being a tough year for many. So text us at 509-448-2000 and tell us something good. All right, Thomas Patrick joining us now. Thomas, what are you looking forward to in 2021? How about a new question?
You know, I think this might be a popular one, but I can't wait to travel again. In fact, I took a call from my sister just yesterday, and she is chomping at the bit for a trip down to the Florida Keys. And I'm like, I know that January sounds like a really good time to do that, but maybe we just got to wait just a couple more months and then we can go wherever we want. But we just got to be patient on that one, don't we?
Absolutely. All right, let's get a check of the forecast though, because it is still kind of a sloppy mess outside.
Yeah, I don't want to unintentionally tease anyone about thinking about the Florida Keys weather when it's the middle of winter in the inland Northwest. Record-breaking amount of snow yesterday, just over 8 inches of snow officially at Spokane's airport. A lot of that turning into slush as of this morning because it is raining at the moment. We are just barely above the freezing mark, and it is a slushy, soupy mess on the roadway. But at least those roads are wet and not icy. So this is a big improvement from yesterday. It does look like some of those lower elevations, like the I-90 corridor from Spokane to Coeur d'Alene, is all painted in green. So I assume that most of I-90 is faring a lot better. But remember that a lot of side streets that didn't get a chance to get plowed yesterday are still snow covered and obviously very slushy. And it's hard to get traction, especially if you have a front drive car like I do myself. Winter storm warnings and winter weather advisory is still in effect for areas where it is still snowing, but it is being allowed to expire, like in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, where it is transitioning to rain at this moment. So main roads doing all right. Side streets, you still have to be a little bit careful. So improvement on the roadways in Spokane, still very snow covered over Lookout Pass as of this moment, where it is expected to snow all day today. Up on the mountains, but at least we should be ending at around the noon hour for today. So this is finally the end of this weather event, but we have a lot more that are just lined up to hit us for those first few days of 2021. So I'm tracking this weekend's forecast in just a few minutes.
Thomas, thanks so much. Now this morning, the roads are icy and even slushy from a night full of rain, and more snow is expected. So Nicole Hernandez is tracking road conditions this morning so you know what to expect. So Nicole, where are you now and what's the roads like?
Yeah, Tim, so right now we are in a neighborhood in Spokane Valley. We really wanted to come show you what these neighborhood roads look like. We've mainly been showing you the main roads right now. Main roads are looking much better than this, but this is where you're going to want to be extra careful this morning getting out of your house, and getting to those main roads is where you're going to see the most trouble. We are slipping and sliding a lot on these roads, a lot of snow and slush, and these grooves that have already been created by cars kind of going in and out of them is causing some slippery conditions conditions here on the road. And then, of course, making that transition from these snow-covered, unplowed roads to the main roads is going to be a little bit rough this morning. So just make sure you're giving yourself the time to go slow on these roads, and also seeing that transition between different roads. Obviously, the ones that are plowed are looking much better, mainly wet, but there are still spots of slush in those roads that are looking better. So even you can see right here is a better looking road, but still spots of slush, especially in some of those turning lanes and some of the spots that are not driven on quite as much. Going back and forth from the just wet to the slush is causing some issues, and getting into those grooves correctly. You can see we kind of slipped a little there through our back. So just make sure you're giving yourself the time to be careful this morning. Live in Spokane, I'm Nicole Hernandez.
Nicole, thanks so much for that update. Meanwhile, here's a live look at Snoqualmie Pass this morning. WashDOT says it's snowing hard and there is snow and ice on the roadway. Traction tires are required for large vehicles. And if you're wondering when snowplows are coming to your area, you can actually track its progress live. So take a look at your screen here. This is a map of the snow removal progress in Spokane as of early this morning. So if there are any green lines, that means it's what's complete. The majority of what you're seeing is purple. That means working or being monitored, and red means it's coming up next. The city did say that hills and bridges are a priority. You can check how plows are doing right now by going to myspokanecity.org, then scroll down and click on snow info. You can even click on an entire neighborhood to see how it's going. And now this map is only activated during full city plows like we're in today. You can also go to cdaid.org/snow for a similar map of Coeur d'Alene's plow schedule. And if you're unable to shovel your snow yourself or need some help, here's a list of snow removal hotlines you can call. For Spokane, call 311. Spokane County residents should use 509-477-2666. If you need snow removed outside city limits, call 509-755-CITY. In Coeur d'Alene, you'll want to use 208-769-2233. Representatives are available from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. There are some weekend hours during full city plow events. Now, there are some rules, though, when it comes to street parking during the snow season. If you live in Spokane, you are asked to park on the odd side of the street in residential areas. The odd side of the street includes odd-numbered addresses. On-street parking will be prohibited between midnight and 6 a.m. downtown. Cars could be towed if they're not moved. In case you're wondering, snow season ends on March 15th. Like Thomas Patrick told us, the snow isn't done yet. Road conditions could get hazardous once again today, so take it slow and continue to watch for plows. We'll continue tracking updates and make sure you don't miss anything. You can head to KREM.com or download the KREM 2 app. You can also text the word snow to 509-448-2000 to have updates sent directly to your phone. Wire transfers for the $600 stimulus checks began on Tuesday, and paper checks started getting mailed out on Wednesday. Here's a reminder for who qualifies. If your 2019 reported income was $75,000 or less, or a married couple making $150,000 or less combined, you are eligible for the one-time payment. That amount drops by $5 as your income goes up by $100. If you have a dependent who is under the age of 17, you will get an additional $600 per child. If the dependent is older than 17, like a college student, you won't. If you do not have a valid Social Security number, you are not eligible to get the payment. And this morning, we want to know if you've received the $600 stimulus money yet. You can vote in our live Twitter poll right now, or you can text 509-448-2000. Right now, about 94% of people say they're still waiting, while about 6% say they've already received it. Well, here's a live look now at Capitol Hill this morning. For the second day in a row, Senate Republicans blocked efforts to boost the stimulus payments from $600 to $2,000. But it's been President Trump leading the demand. He tweeted out $2,000 ASAP.
The Senate's not going to be bullied into rushing out more borrowed money into the hands of Democrat rich friends who don't need the help.
For once, Democrats agree with something on President Trump's Twitter feed. let's send $2,000 ASAP.
Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has linked the stimulus increase with two unrelated items that President Trump also wants passed: an election security measure and stripping a social media liability shield. The Senate has until Friday at midnight to get the measure passed. On Sunday, a new Congress will be sworn in. With the Senate still in session, it seems like there are constantly new updates. And if you'd like the latest news on stimulus payments, Washington's relief payments, or information on unemployment, you can text the word money to 509-448-2000 and we'll send it your way. It's time now for your morning rush. More news in less time. Idaho and Washington State Police have a message for everyone planning to celebrate. Don't start the new year off in handcuffs. Tonight, they want everyone to make good and smart choices. Troopers are adding extra patrols looking for drunk drivers, which will last through the holiday weekend. Our forecast is calling for slick roads, and ISP says that is yet another reason to make sure you have a safe way home. And once we kick off the new year, Idaho State Police will start issuing tickets to drivers who violate Idaho's hands-free law. The law went into effect this summer, but police will end their education period and begin handing out tickets this Friday. The law says the only time you can use a handheld device is when your car is parked and off the road. That means you cannot use a handheld device while waiting at a red light to change. Tickets will range anywhere from $75 to $300. ISP says it issued about 700 warnings over the last 6 months. Washington will also keep coronavirus restrictions through the new year. Governor Jay Inslee extended them until at least January 11th. The restrictions were set to expire on January 4th. Under the restrictions, things like indoor dining and gyms are banned. However, an updated reopening plan is currently being developed by state leaders, and that plan will be released by the first full week of January. As of yesterday, Liberty Lake Mayor Shane Brickner announced he will be stepping down to spend more time with family. Brickner stated he recently had a health issue with his heart. In a statement, Brickner says, in part, quote, "It would be easy to say I need to just slow down and not work as much as I have, but I don't know any other way." That's your morning rush. More news in less time. Let us know what's happening in your neighborhood by using the hashtag #UpWithKrim. Well, you may not be spending tonight at a party or with a lot of friends in person. However, there are still many things around the Inland Northwest to do, from fireworks in Spokane to a special performance from the Spokane Symphony.
And the snow is coming to an end this morning as I'm still tracking just the very tail end of this record-breaking snowstorm system, but then we're on to the next one, and when those next rain and snow chances will be here for the Inland Northwest.